Hey, we outside. Yeah, we out. Yeah, we out. Looking at the view from the top. Get into the bed, don't stop. Get into the bed, don't stop. Better catch up, cuz we out.
Look, I ain't skating through unless they talking 8 figures. Said I dream too big, about to do it way bigger. I'm the boss when I walk through, straighten up and sit up. I ain't never had to tell them, but they know that I'm that. Finish that. So many wins, I had to go ahead and bring it back. I like you, my sons, go ahead and get the Similac. Yeah, swear when I'm pulling in. I ain't asking for the spot, I tell them better give me that. Taking no losses, can't start now. You know it's about to go up when I touch down. And if they didn't know before, they gonna know now. That I leave a murder scene when I come round. In other words, you know that we about to kill it. I ain't for the talking, I said it, you know I did it. Putting on the show, the world is about to feel it. I know they getting scared when I tell them that.
We outside. Yeah, we out. Yeah, we out. Looking at the view from the top. Get into the bed, don't stop. Get into the bed, don't stop. Better catch up, cuz we out.
Playing with me, know you playing yourself. If I got a game, I'm gon' bet on myself. Got it on my own, never needed your help. When you see me at the top, know I did it myself. You know we outside till the lights come on. About to make it to the top, it won't take us long. You know I'm blacking out, but I'm in my zone. It's beat money when it call my phone. Whoa, don't need your money, just give me respect. Told you before this, you know I'm a threat. I ain't letting up, I got my foot on their neck. Yeah. In other words, you know that we about to kill it. I ain't for the talking, I said it, you know I did it. Putting on the show, the world is about to feel it. I know they getting scared when I tell them that.
We outside. Yeah, we out.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
I bet on myself. I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Okay, dream so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can't top that. No way. Critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that. I know the kid with the bull, tell him all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on, and I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on. Then when they see they missed the boy, they get a chance.
Oh my God, man. Let me tell you, every time that theme song is on, I need to get like one of these like crash dummies and just beat the shit out of them while the song is playing, because
Just
this
have
shit
it right
here,
in front.
I'm
Just
telling
put the little
you,
head
bro,
right in front of your screen.
I just
Oh,
want to
man.
get a headlock and just twist as hard as I can and just pop. That song makes you want to pop something. That's what it does. It makes you want to pop something.
Makes you
Anyway.
want to bet on yourself.
Makes you want to bet on yourself. That's exactly what it is. That is
Yes, sir.
exactly what it is. You know, we need Manscaped back, because you remember how good the little segments were that we used to do?
Oh man.
Like,
Yo,
I'd be
I
like,
don't-
speaking of balls, and then
Exactly.
boom, we go right back into.
He said, speaking of shaved balls. Listen, man, Manscaped, y'all know good and well you haven't had an ad that good since. Let's be honest.
We've
okay?
had conversations, just so everybody's aware. We have had conversations.
Oh, they're friends.
So, they're friends. They're definitely
They're
friends. No doubt
I
about
still
it.
wear my
They're-
Manscaped boxers. I love them.
Me too. They're actually very nice.
They're very nice.
They're very nice.
You know what I
They're nice.
mean?
Look, I gotta say this about Manscaped. And look, I'm not trying to kiss no butt cheeks here. But Manscaped, every single product I really had, I still got their razor blade that I think is phenomenal. I
Yeah.
love it.
Mhm.
So I've never had an issue with anything Manscaped related. It's always been cool. But anyway,
Yep.
this is the Designated Spittaz, folks. How you guys doing today? Smacky the like, hitty the sub. Mario Gomez, our brothers in the chat. Anthony
What's up,
Medina.
Mario?
Macho King, the one and the only, CWE, Lois Simmons, Craig Smith, Dr. Jeff J, Hayden, what's up, my brother, Doza Phase, how you doing? Smacking the like, hitting the sub. Hold on, got a poppy seed. Got it. I had an everything bagel
hold
right
on.
before this. I had an everything bagel right before this. Oh, yeah, that's a poppy seed, all right.
Yeah. Gotta get those out the system. Gotta get those
Yeah.
out the system. You never
You know,
know.
the problem is a lot of times they're just small. They get stuck in the
No,
crevices a little bit.
They're
you
right
know?
in. They get right in there. They make a little home. You know what I'm
By
saying?
the way, I do want to share this to everybody because I'm pretty proud of this. I'm going to be 35 years old. Do you know I never had a cavity?
That's amazing.
Isn't
That's
that special?
Your dentist must fucking love you.
I'm telling you. I
They
go
bet.
in, he goes, Pete, you're good.
He's like,
Right
see you
out.
next time.
Yeah. I tell him, Doc, look, I don't give a poop. And I just get up and go.
He's like, don't
Does
worry.
it? See you later.
He's like, I'm not eating the candy, the late night snacks. You don't gotta worry about it.
You know
Don't
what I
worry
mean.
about
What are you
it."
going to do? What are you going to do? Well, we got a trade that happened.
Yes, sir.
I
Just
mean,
as
we can,
were going live.
Just as we were going live. I mean, I wish it was for the Yankees. It's unfortunately not for the Yankees, but the Minnesota Twins and the Mariners make a trade. Jorge Polanco on his way to Seattle. I don't know what the return is yet. I do know that Polanco was under contract, I believe. I want to say he was.
Yes, he was this season and next.
Yeah, so I
Another
don't know
club
if it's going to
option,
be
sorry, for
for,
next.
they've been talking about maybe moving Wu, maybe moving Miller. I highly doubt it's going to be for one of those guys. But I guess we'll see as it updates what the actual move is. But we do got some stuff to you have any thoughts on that trade?
Yeah.
though?
Rosenthal just tweeted that Twins are gonna get back 4 players for Polanco, 2 major leaguers and 2 minor leaguers. We still don't have names yet.
Not a bad
That's a nice return. Yeah, it's a nice return.
Right-hander Justin Topa is among the players going from the Seattle Mariners to the Minnesota Twins in the Jorge Polanco trade. I don't know
Okay.
much about Justin Topa, but
think
again,
he's one of the
I didn't think
minor
it was going to
leaguers.
be one of their top guys at all. But
Yeah.
yeah, nice little
No, you're
nice move.
yeah. I mean, look, Polanco's gonna make I think it's 10.5. I saw
Okay.
just before he went, he's gonna make 10.5 this year. And then he had on the club option that Minnesota exercised, and then there is a $12 million option after this year if Seattle wants to pick it up. If not, I think there's probably a little buyout in there, but it can't be much, and he could be a free agent. So, I mean, kudos to
Smart move.
Minnesota getting 4 players for essentially
Yeah.
what could be a 1-year
Yeah.
thing if Seattle decides they don't want to pay him $12 million next year, but
That's right.
he'll only be 31. Why not? Why not? Professional hitter.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No, the other thing too is I think that shows that creativity is still a thing, and there is possibilities and options of moving players that are on the contract.
Great point.
For some reason, I think a lot of us kind of sit back with Cashman and be like, is it possible to move a salary? Because
Can you do that
you know,
anymore?
is that possible? Like, is that even allowed to happen? But
Mhm.
it is. It is. Players
yeah.
could certainly be moved and things of that nature. But we do have a pretty decent amount of Yankee news to cover today. And of course, here at NYYU, guys, we can cover anything for an hour. An hour is like nothing. An hour is like me, going outside and coming back in. It's like that meme of Homer Simpson's granddad or whatever. He
Yeah,
walks,
he walks in and
they
out.
just walk in and out. That's kind of how we do hours over here. It's really nothing. But let's start here because I did talk about this a little bit, and I want to hear your take on it.
Yes, sir.
I talked about this a little bit on All Rise. There was apparently Mark Feinstein was told by an NL exec that there's a possibility that the New York Yankees could still land Cody Bellinger. I also heard John Heyman today on his podcast or whatever that is.
Yeah.
He was talking about Snell. And he
Okay.
said he still believes that Snell is a real possibility for the Yankees, especially as this gets later, and he may kind of come back to that 150 mark or that area with some opt-outs potentially, as we've been saying for a while. What are your thoughts on all this? Do you think this is just a game by Boris, or do you think there is a legitimate chance that one of these guys can fall to the Yankees?
I'm gonna say a little bit of both. I think
Fair.
we know we all know how Scott Boras operates. We know he is the super agent, known as the best in the biz for a reason, because he does an amazing job, and this is part of it, right? Like, I mean, with the way that the market played out this winter, at this point, February is on Friday, right? Literally,
Yes,
February is on Friday.
Unbelievable.
Thursday, even.
Unbelievable.
It's on Thursday, but like in my head, the week ends and we'll be in February. So if you're Scott Boras and you got contracts like Jordan Montgomery, Blake Snell, Cody Bellinger, I'm missing another big one there, but there's 4.
Monty.
There's Monty, right? As I say,
Yeah.
Monty, Snell, Bellinger, and there's another. He's got 4
Monty,
big.
Snell, Bellinger, Hader went already.
Hater went already.
So who is the other one? There is
there's
one
a-
more, I believe.
There's another one, and we're gonna laugh at ourselves when we say because it's a name that we probably just been throwing around forever.
Oh, Matt Chapman.
Oh, Chapman. There we
Matt
go.
Chapman.
Matt Chapman. So
Thank you,
exactly.
chat. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Joey
thank
Bag
you.
of Donuts over here.
That's right. We just tweeted from the NYYU account the other day the
did.
possibility that right there. So
Mhm.
it's like, it doesn't surprise me that at this stage in the game we're hearing about Yankee links to, you know, pretty much all four of the
Yankee
guys
links.
remaining. Yankey links,
Well, I was
not
like,
sneaky links, not sneaky links, guys.
Like,
Yankee
okay,
links.
Yankee links. All
Yankee
right.
links. Okay, now
That should
some
be the
of
new way
you-
to tell you you don't have sauces. I have Yankee
No,
links.
I got Yankee links. Listen,
I got links.
none of the hornballs out there. Y'all got sneaky links on your phone. Scott
Sneaky
Boris,
links.
he has Yankee links on his phone, and he just sends a message out, and they tweet. Look, at this stage in the game, my point is, it doesn't shock me that we're hearing that, oh, the Yankees could be still interested in this guy, that guy. That's common. That's common.
Yeah.
Now, as for the other thing that I said, could there be a little truth to it? I also think that there could be a little truth to it. Why? Because as you
definitely.
reported this morning, you reported this morning, and you've been reporting, and we've all been reporting just nonstop. The Yankees were the only team to make a formal offer to Blake Snell.
And by the way, Bellinger don't have an offer.
He's nothing.
you know what Scott Boris is saying?
I don't like that kind of talk.
That's exactly what Boris is saying. I don't like that kind of talk.
There's
It's
no
wild,
kind of
but
talk. He hates
I'm there with you. And guys, we're 18 people away from 200. So go ahead and do us a favor. Hit that like button like you never done so in your life, baby.
Me likey.
But the craziest thing, right, about all this is that's the only reason why I'm sitting here going, there is a possibility. Because look, right, we understand there's the whole tax thing. We understand that money's going to go to the teams who kind of slip that money back in their pocket. And I'm sorry, I don't blame Hal for being like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But
Or Steve Cohen, for that matter.
Or Steve Cohen.
Yeah, they both feel the same way about that.
Here's the thing that I kind of feel like it's almost like but you almost will have to. If one of those guys do fall to you at such a good price, and I get the whole tax thing, I understand that. Or even if Snell goes, you know what? Not finding what I want. Let's get 30 or so million from this club, and I'll do an opt-out after year one. And that way I can kind of get back what I want. If I go out there and prove it back-to-back years, I think a team would then be willing to go, we'll give you a 5 or 6 year deal.
I mean, he's 31 now?
He's 30. But look at what Scherzer and these guys got. They got a shit ton of money older.
And that's the point. That's exactly what I'm saying. He's 31. If he took a deal with an opt-out after year one, and he has a great year this year, he's going back into the market after 2 consecutive great seasons at only 32 years of age. He can get a 5 or 6 year deal. People might say 5 years, that takes him to 37, 38. The last 2 years, we were signing 40-year-olds to 40 million a year AAVs.
Bingo.
Let's not forget that this was a thing that was just happening as recently as last year. And hey, DeGrom is DeGrom. I get it or whatever. DeGrom also wasn't a spring chicken when he left the Mets to go to Texas. Texas knew the possibility, okay? And it reared its ugly head in year one. Guess what? They don't care. He's coming back. He's coming back this season, and they're more than happy to have him.
And they're World Series champions.
On top of that.
On top of taking the risk. It was a risk, right? I think everybody agrees. That was a lot of money for those guys. It was certainly a risk, but look at the way it got the payoff. Was it those guys doing it? No. But I still think it speaks volumes to your club that you guys are willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Oh, yeah.
For the Yankees to go out right now, and Jeff, I'm going to get to your super chat. I see it, my guy. We appreciate it. But
yes, sir. Thank you, Jeff.
For the Yankees, for Steinbrenner to ever come out and go, Snell is now a part of this club, that's an 09 offseason. It's an 09 offseason.
That's a bomb. Listen, the Dodgers had their moment, and I think there was a lot of hate on the timeline about that. What I loved about how we covered everything, I didn't sense hate coming from our area. Like, I think we tipped the cap to them. Like, maybe if y'all follow me on Twitter, then you definitely saw, like, I was sending, jokes about Ohtani and Yamamoto, whatever. But on the air, all you've ever gotten from Pete, me, all the other guys, is we tipped the cap to them. Why? Because, I mean, those are the off seasons that we're used to as Yankees fans.
That's right.
Make no mistake about it. What Pete just said is a said fact. If Blake Snell is having a press conference with a pinstripe jersey in the interlocking NY in the next couple of weeks, listen, congratulations to you Dodgers, but guess what? I ain't that scared of y'all neither. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's our time now. I mean,
You
you
know-
do that, forget about it. I mean, that would be absolutely huge.
Come
And we
on.
do got a couple of super chats that I do want to get to. Okay. Jeff says, "Hey, familia, que lo que?" As I was trying to say this morning before Pete erased my voicemail. I didn't erase your voicemail, Jeff. I love voicemails. Okay, I'm a big believer in the voicemail. Okay,
He's a huge voicemail guy.
I'm a huge voicemail guy. I believe in freedom of speech. At the Cohen tax level, I can't read today. I remain concerned that at how stands Pat, instead of making two key moves, another pitcher and a closer. I'll say this. Well, we're gonna get to the relief pitcher that they got today. We're gonna talk about that. That they picked up today. Big fan of Matt Gage. I really like that move. We'll talk about it some more, but they don't got. I don't. There's some people out it's like, oh, they need Bellinger and they need Snell. I'm like, look, hold on a second. This team's offense got better. They got a lot better. Their bullpen always figures out a way to kind of manage and get things right.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, if they got Snell, I will sit here when we do Nights at the Round Table before the season begins, and I will sit here and tell everybody face to face, I like the Orioles in the division still, but I think the Yankees could win the division. And my bet, because I will be biased in that regard if I got to choose between the two, I'm going to go to Yankees. The only downside of the club, in my opinion, then, and people might say, oh, come on, Pete, really? I'm sorry, but it's Aaron Boone. That, to me, is the only thing that scares me, is Aaron Boone managing that club.
I don't see how anyone can argue with that. We know how Booney is with his buttons. He likes to press the buttons. He likes the shiny buttons. We know how he is. So that's going to be the only thing that you can look
Low
at
energy
and point
Boone.
at. Listen, I agree with what you're saying. I put out an article last week about my way too early rankings for the AL East or whatever.
Yep.
A lot of people, responded. They were like, "Oh, I agree. I think the Yankees can win the division." Also, I do. I have the Yankees winning the division. But what I wanted people to, if they read it, the last thing I said is, if you notice, I have the Yankees one game different from Baltimore, which means one thing goes awry and this goes left in a hurry. I got
you mean
Baltimore.
Nick Ramirez, like in tight games, multiple nights in a row? Oh, okay, those type of things.
One
okay.
thing, and how do those things happen? Aaron Boone, right?
Boone bubble.
It's not to, it's too early in this right now to shit on it, whatever. I'm not going to, right? Oh, there you go. You got the article right there. That's it. And that's what I said. I got the Yankees at around 95 right now, 95 wins. I got the Orioles right there at 94. Just because of, sophomore slump, things like that, is going to be a lot. Even if they call Jackson Holiday up, I think he's going to be a big boost to the team. But a lot of things can happen. I see them around 94, and I see the Yankees around 95. But that could switch easily.
Oh, yeah.
But if you bring a Blake Snell in, I'm up in that win total for the Yankees. At least 96, 97. Then you can pull away. Then you maybe can have some breathing room. Then you can, start planning. Yeah, on top of that, right?
Baltimore's never been a team, right, that makes that big trade as it is. So it's like, they got their prospects. But, the other thing, too, and this is part of what we're going to talk about today, since we're already on the East, we can go ahead and discuss that a little more.
Yeah.
But, and I got all the super chats, guys. We're going to get to them, I promise. I was reading a little, too, about Tampa. Now, if Tampa's pitching is good again, they got a chance to be a really good team. They got two of their top prospects who are on the verge of breaking through. Caminero, I think Caminero is one that's going to take over.
Yep, Junior Caminero. Yep.
And he'll take over for Wandy. I believe at short.
He's a third baseman / shortstop. So you're right. They'll probably just slot him in at short. I don't know. Like, I was trying to look at their depth chart to see who would they put over him at short, because he's a third baseman first, really.
Right.
But I don't know who they would put against him. Like,
well, then who's at third for them right now? He could play third, I guess. Then it wouldn't be a big deal because Yandy Diaz plays first.
It's true. I was looking at it it's crazy because I was looking at it the other day it's a week ago now, because I just wanted to shore up a couple things when I was writing the article, because he's another guy that we're supposed to see this year, but right now the story obviously is Jackson Holiday, with good reason, right? Jackson Holiday, there's a lot of hype around him. He's number one in all of baseball. He should be the story.
That's what it is. Isaac Paredes. Yeah,
exactly. So there you go. So when I saw that name, I was like, okay, maybe they do just put him at short. But it's the Rays, and you made a really good point about their pitching. And again, I put it in the article. People might think, oh damn, like he's like I shitted on the Blue Jays because I put Tampa Bay above them. It's not that. It's that Tampa Bay, they trade guys away all the time. They still find ways to win. You
That's
can't
what
just
I'm saying, man.
You can't just say, oh, they traded Glasnow and Margot. How are you going to put them third in the AL East? Like they're probably going to be fourth. I can't say that definitively they're going to be fourth when they have the arms that come out of their farm every single year. They still have Shane Baz. They still have Zach Eflin. Like, McClanahan's hurt. I got it. He's out for the year. But you got Caminero coming up. You still got Yandy Diaz. They kept the Rosarena. There was a lot of, remember that? There was like, oh, they might trade him. He's still there.
Yeah, they figure it out.
They figure it out every year.
They got one of the best managers in baseball by far.
On top of that, Kevin Cash he's one of you're right. He's one of the best.
Yeah, there's no denying that.
You can't just write them off.
And then you look, Xavier Isaac is another guy. He won't affect them this year. Curtis Mead is another guy who we saw a little bit of last year. So it's not like they got prospects. You know, they always do got prospects. Mason Montgomery is, I believe, one of the top left-handed pitching prospects in baseball, and he's at AAA. So he's on the rise there also. So there's a lot of good there. We obviously focus so much on the Yankees. The Blue Jays are just a weird team. It's like they just never find a way to actually break through with that. There's a lot
of questions right now.
There's a ton of question marks with that team all the time. And then the Red Sox, can they improve and be a little better? Maybe, but to be a top club, I don't see that happening. I don't see them being the dogs of the East.
Listen, I doubt
right now.
Again, I doubt we have many Red Sox fans that frequent. I know we do have some, but they would probably hate that article because I have the Red Sox being 4 games worse this year, and it literally hinged on the fact that they needed to upgrade that rotation. They needed to upgrade that rotation.
Is friggin' ugly, man.
I mean, you added Giolito.
We talk about hours. Holy shit.
You added Giolito, but it's like, I mean, are you going to put like all the hopes of the season on Lucas Giolito?
Giolito and Fenway too? Whew.
Come on. Yeah, I don't think.
Lord have mercy.
So it's like that rotation. And then it's not just, oh, well, they got guys that can cut, Brandon Bello looks good. Okay, good. It's true.
He does.
But this is the AL East. It's not the AL Central. Like you're talking about, you got to put these guys out there against the Yankees lineup, which got a shit ton better. Toronto's lineup, which is always pretty much, they're going to be solid offensively. Even when they struggle, you still have to get through Springer, Bo Bichette, and Vladdy Jr. Even when they struggle, and then the Orioles were a revelation last year. I mean, they were scoring on everybody. And then you have Tampa Bay, who, like we just said, Tampa Bay never seems to have the big names, but they always seem to score enough runs to win.
They just get it. They just get it.
I don't know. I mean, I look at that Red Sox team, and it's like, I don't think that they got better. I can't sit here and say that they got worse.
Right.
But I can't say they got better. It's and to your point about the Blue Jays. I look at the Blue Jays. I feel like I can't say the same either. Hicks is gone. I think they had Adam Frazier. No, Adam Frazier was Orioles.
Baltimore.
But the Blue Jays, they lost Hicks, Chapman. Like as of right now, there are things that they lost. Alek Manoah, we just saw a picture of him, right? For the first time in months.
He's trying to get in shape, yeah.
Right? He's trying to get in shape. But again, how many times? I mean, as Yankee fans, let's take it off the Blue Jays. How many times have we seen a picture of a guy in shape?
Correct.
Right?
And then it comes to the season and it's more the same shit.
I mean, I don't want to bring up the Gary Sanchez stuff again, but I'm just saying, every offseason, Pete, I feel like the two of us covered this at least 3 times.
We're saying it now with Rodon. I mean, we're saying it with Rodon. If Rodon comes back as the same year, all the talk was shit. Who gives a shit? Who gives a hell?
So,
who gives a poop?
I'm not trying to. It's not that we're trying to. Because Manoah and the whole thing with the Yankees fans. That shit is that's competition. Like I'm cool with it. I'm sure Pete is cool with it. Like go out there, compete, bro. It's not that. It's
Stroman did it. He's a part of the team.
Exactly. It's just that, bro. He Francis Lee the Blue Jays last year. He ghosted them. Like we didn't know where we didn't know where he was. Okay, like
facts.
Like they were like, "Where's Alek Manoah?" Like he was last seen near a McDonald's in Colorado. Like nobody
never was to be seen again. That was it.
Nobody knew where this guy was.
Then he ended up in A-ball, getting hit, giving up homers to Arias.
Exactly, he's an A-ball, giving up homers to our prospects. And then Blue Jays fans get mad when we laugh that they were like, "Yeah, we got Manoah. He's in the deal for Soto," and we're like, "Okay." Like I'm sorry if that doesn't scare me in a Soto deal. I don't know how Preller was gonna look at Manoah and say, "Yeah. Give me this guy over Michael King." Like,
right, exactly. Yeah, I don't know how they really believed it. They
No, they were
really
fighting.
believed it. Like, oh, no,
They
we're
were
good because
fighting.
we got Manoah.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys not see what this dude did last year? Like, are you out your
Bro,
damn mind?
Listen,
But anyway, we
there's a
have
lot
a
of
lot
questions in
of
Toronto.
super chats here. Big Sexy Yankee says, I like the Yankees traded for Chris Paddock so Matt Blake can fix him into a superstar pitcher he's supposed to be. He wouldn't cost us big prospects. That's not a horrendous idea, but I got to go back to what my brother Dane likes to say. If you're going to do moves like that, you might as well stick with a guy like Will Warren at that point, who was reported today. The Yankees are going to give him a very, very long look in spring training. And there's possibilities he might come out of the bullpen to start the year. So we'll see what happens with that. Our guy Acevedo says Big G to Arizona. Big G to Arizona. Marlins 30 plus 20 million. Us for anything. Oh, the 50 million. I think if he gets traded, though, the Yankees have to cover that. I don't think the Marlins money would take effect.
There is something I was reading about that the other day that really opened my eyes to the whole thing about trading Giancarlo Stanton. Like with the money that's being sent to us and stuff like that, it adds a whole other wrinkle to that. It's a lot harder than. It's not impossible though. That's that I'm not gonna go with this. Oh, it's impossible. It's not impossible, but it's not as easy as people love to make it seem. Also, Arizona is an interesting location. Even though, yes, they were just in the World Series, there's no guarantee Giancarlo Stanton wants to play there, and he has the no trade.
And the other thing too, if you're a team like them, wouldn't you rather just go pay like a JD Martinez,
who's been there,
who's been there before,
and on top of that, dude, are they even interested in that? Like maybe they're. I mean, if I'm their front office, aren't you right now looking at Corbin Carroll and seeing like, if we're gonna spend any money, let's try and talk to this guy about extension early. Let's try and pull an Atlanta with this kid. You can't let that kid see free agency. You cannot. You cannot. Like that kid would be a Dodger overnight.
Yep.
So
Rod Thompson, the GOAT
family.
He says the next episode is always the best episode, especially when it's live at Green Grove. Get Snell under Boone's umbrella. That's where I don't want him to be. That's like the last place I want. Get Snell under Cole, next to Cole's locker, and leave him there. Don't put Boone around him at all. Kyle Millet says, let's get Snell and Bellinger. Just go for it all. I do believe Macho King said the same thing coming up, but I'll get to it. David with the super chat says, do you think we could get Snell and be creative to get Bellinger if he's still out there? So it seems like I'm going to put all these together. Then Macho King says, why not get Snell and Bellinger and we could pick up the trophy on the way to the parade? Let's go Yankees. I think that might be the last one. It is. That's a lot, folks. That's a lot because at the end of the day, those guys, even if they don't get paid for an extended period of time, they're going to get paid for the 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So, I'm almost very, very confident to say they won't both be Yankees. Is there an outside possibility that this stuff continues on, that they fall to the Yankees? I think there is a chance there. I really do. I would prefer Snell more than Bellinger, even though I think Bellinger helps the team. And Francis, I said this morning. I don't know if you'd agree with me or not. We had a voicemail come in. They said, Pete, if the Yankees got Cody Bellinger, I think it might have been, I don't know. I don't want to say who it was. I forget who it was, but they were like, every day you kind of move him around the outfield. You could DH him. You could play him at first base. And I'm sitting there going, and I said, well, wait a second. Hold on. The Yankees got Cody Bellinger. He's playing over Verdugo. They're not going to play Verdugo over Bellinger. Not at all. Verdugo would be the guy you try to figure out where you put him now. It wouldn't be Cody Bellinger at that point because
you're asking for a lot of creativity there.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, that gets a little tough because you could trade him or you could trade Grisham, but Verdugo, you're really gonna get the guy and say, hey, you're a fourth outfielder now, and you don't have versatility to play anywhere else. So at the end of the day, it's probably more of a adios Verdugo. We appreciate you, but we didn't expect this to happen. Yeah, it's different with Nick Swisher and Teixeira because Nick Swisher can play right field easy, and they had the opening. And they're not going to trade Rizzo. We know that. Yeah,
again, it's not just to shoot it down. Like there's no scenario where it could happen. I don't want to like close the door completely on a Belly signing. It's just I feel like we're asking for a ton of creativity that we don't know that the Yankees are, currently looking to exude at this moment. We just don't. Thank you. Somebody in the chat was like, oh, they were able to extend Carroll. It's true, they did. Arizona did extend Carroll. It's to 2030 something. It takes him to his early 30s. But again,
Smart.
I still think if I'm Arizona, early 30s, this guy's still going to be pretty good. I want to keep him. If I'm Arizona, I'm not just thinking let's keep him for his good years. I'm thinking it's been a while since we had a lifetime guy. And there's a lot of people who would argue you really don't have the greatest of lifetime guys.
Yeah.
Corbin Carroll could be that guy. So, but again, moving back to this, the Bellinger stuff, it asks for a lot of creativity from Brian Cashman and co. And this is not the beginning of the off season. We're at the end. So you're talking about a lot of creativity in a short amount of time, bro. It's tough. It's tough. I'm not saying everything's closed, everything's whatever, but it's look at the outfield as it currently stands. Dominguez comes back from injury at some point in the middle of the year. You have Grisham there. You have Verdugo. You got Soto. You got Judge. I mean,
I got a tip, by the way, too. I didn't tell Dane about this, so I don't want to get anybody too crazy about this or too scared. And I'm gonna go to spring training and see for myself. But I got a message today that says that Jasson Dominguez does not look like he looked last year.
In a negative way?
Physically. They said he packed on quite a bit of pounds. So
okay.
I really don't want to throw something like that out, even though I already did. But I want to see it for myself. So I don't want anybody to run with it and be like, oh my God, Dominguez put on pounds. But I was told today that he's significantly heavier. So
I saw a picture where
I don't know.
Yeah, so it's
I didn't
funny
see no
you say
pictures
that.
of him yet. I haven't seen anything from Dominguez at all.
I saw a picture where he was wearing like a chest guard of some sort. Maybe it could have been weighted, just to get cardio in with some weighted stuff on. But because of the tightness of it, you could see like a little baby gut coming out from the bottom that
like a little
was,
Simonetti.
No, honestly, I think
memories of the 297 days.
Honestly, I think he had he had a little pouch, and when I saw it, I didn't retweet it or anything because I was like, I don't want to give more I don't want to put more eyes on this because
right.
It.
And that's kind of how I feel. I don't want to be I don't want to sound like I'm coming off as a dick here because I love Jasson Dominguez. Jasson Dominguez was the brightest part of last year.
Oh, hell
but things like that could concern you. And like I said, I'm going off of somebody who's seen him in person already. And they messaged me and said he's put on significant weight. I don't know what significant means. I don't know if that's 10, 15, 20, 30. I don't know what that is. But he said he looks significantly different than last year. I'm not going to beat up on the kid. I think Jasson will be fine. Even if he did, he's a young man. He could throw that off from pretty quickly.
What is he, 21, 20?
21. 21. Yeah, I'm not.
Here's silver lining. I mean, at that
Dane
age,
says he's heard 20 pounds is what he's heard. So
sheesh, 20 pounds. I mean, again, silver lining. At 2021, you can drop 20 pounds in 2 months like nothing.
Easy.
It's literally like nothing.
Yeah.
It's just again, and I think this is kind of where Pete's coming from. It is a little discouraging because it's we need you locked in, right? And you just had this injury, and we know it's a setback. Couldn't do a lot of the things you want, right? Workout wise, but then you could have just maintained the diet. Got to eat right. Yeah. This is man, I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses for him, but it's low key. I really kind of am. Dominguez is a guy who we know hasn't had the normal setup, right? Because of everything that happened in 2020, right? He hasn't had the normal upbringing. So his learning curve is going to be a little bit different, which is why, they tried to temper our expectations. Even when he came up last year, he just came up and said, no, to hell with all that tempering expectations. I'm going to hit 4 home runs right out the gate.
Yeah.
So
he's rare.
Yeah,
he's a rare kid, man. And I'll even throw on what Kev said. And Kev, that's exactly what Francis is saying right now. He could lose it by June. I mean, that shit could fly off him like no tomorrow.
He could come back in better shape than last year.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying I don't want to make a video on this. Or I don't want to make this a gigantic segment. I'm just putting out there what I've been told. I said the good thing is for me too is I'm going there. We're going there. We're gonna see.
We're gonna see him.
And if I see. You know what I mean? We're going to be there. So if I see Jasson Dominguez, I'm like, I turn around to Francis and Merrick and be like, yo, he got fucking big. If I do that, and if I'm sitting there going, holy shit,
Listen.
then it's like, all right, man. Yeah, my man didn't put down the fucking
Chimneys.
sancocho. Like he
The
had
sancocho,
sancocho
the
IV.
chimneys. Listen,
That's it. He had an IV of sancocho just
it was
pumping in
just-
him.
Literally, the sancocho IV, bro. Listen,
It's no joke.
We all been
That'd
there.
kill you.
We all been there.
That'd kill you, bro.
Listen, I'll be honest with you, man. If I lay eyes on him and he still looks like that, because listen, Jason, if you out there, de lo mío, you have a couple weeks. We're gonna be down there early March, okay? So you got like four and change weeks. You know what I'm saying? You could drop a decent amount of poundage between now and then.
I got a
And we don't,
text.
and we
My
don't gotta
friend
tweet
said-
this.
My friend said he was hibernating. He's just come out and he's been seen again.
Listen,
He's been
gonna
in
learn.
hibernation. That's what it is.
No, he's listen. Again, the learning curve for him is a little different. He's gonna have to learn though, right? This is part of being a Yankee. You
Yeah,
show
he's
up,
gonna-
you show up at the complex a little bit heavier, and
Oh
you
my
gonna be in
God,
the
man.
tabloids, my brother.
Bro,
you gonna be in the
Dane might be right.
tabloids.
Dane might be right. Dane was like, he ain't playing center field for long, Pete.
Listen,
Might
Dane
be.
Dave been
said
saying
it.
forever. I don't think he's a center fielder. Listen,
Not
I
for
think-
long. I was like,
we
Dane,
got-
but his early 20s? Come on, Dane. He's like, okay, where do you see him? Where do you see who's out there now?
He said, "Wait, do you
Oh,
see
no.
this guy?"
Oh, my God. Kyle Malay with the super chat says, Rodon will have a good year. I can feel it. Kyle, from your mouth to God's ears, my guy. We need that
Please.
to happen. Got a couple of more super chats. Big Sexy Yankee says, Yanks have more moves. No way they count on Cortez. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But a couple of more things that we got here. Mike De La Guardia looking like the orange monster from Space Jam. Damn. Ooh. Yeah,
That's
he was
such-
a weird looking one, man.
That's a real good analogy, though, Pete. If you see the picture, I'm gonna find it for you.
He kind of looks like Dominguez a little bit, right?
I'm gonna find it for you, and you're gonna
Why
be
are we
like,
doing
"Damn."
this to Jason, though?
I
man?
don't know,
Are we
bro.
doing something wrong here? We love Jason. Jason, listen to me, you son of a bitch. You fat little fucker.
He said, "You little fat fuck you."
Nah, we guys, you know us. We joke around over here. We love Jason. He's gonna be
That's
all
our
right.
guy.
He's gonna be
That's
all
our
right.
guy. The Martian
Rod
is still.
Thompson.
Come on.
With the super chat says, let's call it what it is. The weight gain is very concerning, and let's not sugarcoat it. Damn. We've seen this far too often with prize Yankees prospects. Glaber gained weight too. I don't expect to see him all year. Ooh,
Oof.
he's talking about Dominguez. You don't expect to see
Oof.
Dominguez all year at all. That would
Listen.
not be good at all. That would not be good at all, Raw. You scaring me now, brother.
He's
because
gotta-
we need Jason.
Well, I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad Ross sent that chat though, because he's not wrong. As Yankee fans, there is reason for Yankee fans to feel the way that Rod does. We've seen this story
We have seen it.
before.
We have.
So
We have.
Dominguez has another opportunity to show Yankee fans again, I'm not from this planet. If he
Yeah.
shows up in June looking just as good as he did last year, we're gonna forget all about Pudgy Jason in February.
Yeah, 100%.
All
And again,
about Pudgy.
I also just want to say this. I haven't seen a picture of Jason Dominguez. I think Dane and Francis said they have.
Yeah,
I
I've
haven't
seen
seen none of those. Here's all I'm saying. I was told something by somebody who's seen him in person, and they did said, look, they didn't say, hey, P, Jason got fat. They go, he looks significantly different. And I said, what do you mean? And he just said he looks like he put on quite a bit of weight, is what I got. We're gonna see him. If
In
we
person.
are in spring training and we look around and we go, whoa, he gained weight, we're gonna sit there live those nights back, guys. I don't want to scare nobody. Dominguez put on quite a bit of pounds. I don't know how it's gonna affect his game, but he's put on weight. Until then, I'm not gonna talk about this no more. Jason Dominguez is gonna be fine. He's gonna be ready to rock and roll. Speaking of putting on pounds, the Yankees added some pounds to the overall club today as they brought on Matt Gage, who they picked up as he was DFA'd by the Houston Astros. I am a fan of this move for the New York Yankees, no doubt about it. I am a fan of this move for the Yankees. Matt Gage, the guy that when he got DFA'd, Dane brought it up to me that he's a guy the Yankees should go after. I looked into him for a little while, and I was like, yes, I agree. Cheap, effective lefty is what he is. I want to throw some video on here. Look at this slider right here. This is him putting away Will Brennan. But watch the movement on this pitch. I mean, that is absolute pure filth. He has a very good slider. Here goes his baseball savant right here. One thing that Kev is going to like, a little bit of time, not a lot, but a 50% ground ball percentage. That's always nice to see. Throws the fastball, 94, 95 miles an hour. Good cutter and a very, very nice slider with very, very sharp break. A lot of spin on that pitch. Things the Yankees like. And by all means, let's be real here. It's cheap. It's cheap.
Which is important right now.
So that's a big important for the Yankees. And now, I know Francis, I know you like him. I know Kev is going to be sad because Kev is a big fan of Wandy Peralta. I don't think Wandy, I think Wandy is on his way to Queens to play for the New York Mets. That's my prediction because they pick up all the guys that leave us. So I got a feeling that's where he will end up going. But I don't think there's a chance that the Yankees look to add three lefties to their bullpen. It doesn't really add up for me.
Doesn't make a lot of sense for the New York Yankees to go that route. And look, I'm glad you bring up the Mets because he'd fit in pretty well over there for what they're looking for bullpen wise. I wouldn't be shocked. And like you said, they always seem to pick up the Yankees who are just out there wandering looking for contracts
all the time.
So it wouldn't shock me if Wandy ended up in Queens and had a good year. Look, we're not shooting down Wandy by any stretch. I think Wandy had a great tenure as a Yankee, but Gage definitely gives us a lot to look forward to. You said it, Dane, spot on from the beginning. Great move. And again, this is this kind of goes back to a point one of you guys put in the chat a little bit earlier. I didn't respond to it then, but I think he was saying to trade get Chris Paddock or something like that. Here's my thing, right? I am all for the projects, and I believe. I mean, I've said this already. We were a couple episodes in. I've said it pretty much every episode. I really believe in Matt Blake. I'm a big fan of his. But here's the thing. He can only have but so many projects in 1 year, right?
Correct.
You can't get him 4 or 5 guys and say, "Oh, he's a Blake project. Oh, he's a Blake project." That's not going to work.
Right.
All right? We have a couple right now as it is. I like that number. Let's leave it at that. So Gage, to me, he's the last project that I want to see right now. Like, if you're going to go and grab somebody else, we get somebody who is established and you know what I mean? But back to Gage, the project that he is, there is a lot of upside there. We saw some, before we jumped on with you guys, Pete was showing me the fastball is really live at the top of the zone. Gets a
we'll
lot
throw
of
it up here
swing and
too.
miss.
While you say that, I'll get another one. Let's see if I can find another one up here for you guys. We'll show a couple of his video here. And you see, there goes that one in the dirt again. I mean, that's a slider right there.
That's
the
one we were
one
looking
I
for,
was
right?
trying to tell you. Yes, watch this slider right here, folks.
Look at this.
That's about as filthy as it gets.
Disgusting. It's
That is
disgusting.
extremely sharp breakdown. Let's see if we could get the fastball up in the zone also. There's another one. Now I'm getting all of them.
Now you're getting all of them.
That is absolutely filthy. This might be the fastball up in the zone.
I think it's a slider again.
You're getting it there. I was looking for that one the whole time.
Let's see.
Rosa
Reyna, he's a free swinger.
There you go.
That's the life up in the zone.
This might be the one here.
Let's see.
Oh, no, that's just a filthy slider. That's a beautiful pitch. That's a beautiful pitch. That's the same
Isbell,
one we
look
already
at
saw.
this swing. Oh,
that's the same one we saw.
You saved him from looking at the Isbell swing.
I'm trying to see that one up in the zone. Now they should. I was looking for all the sliders. Now they don't show me. Look at this. Get the fuck out of here. I'm done.
Listen,
I'm done.
He's got. Take our word for it. We looked at it. If you got time, go check it out. He's got a lively fastball up in the zone to play off of that cutter that breaks nicely, nice and tight little break. Could be too
nice and tight. Okay.
A little bit. Francis likes them nice and tight. You know what I'm saying?
He likes a tight box. Okay.
Tight box. I like a tight box. You know what I'm saying? That's why me and Angel Hernandez, we never been too friendly. Exactly. You know what I mean? His box is a little bit loose. I'm just saying. But Gage, that cutter, nice and tight. That cutter's nice and tight, and that slider that's how I like him. I like when they fall off the table. That's what I like.
That's the one.
I don't want it sitting there begging to be hit a long way in Yankee
You don't like
Stadium.
a loopy. You don't want the little long loopy shits. Nobody wants that shit. No, you want that shit to break. Bam.
Yeah, fall off the table.
There.
I don't
Get
want them
dirty.
to be able to do anything with it. Okay,
Yeah, you want that shit to get dirty. That's all.
Don't throw that shit that stays belt high to Rafi Devers, and I gotta watch this fat ass run around the bases. I don't want to. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm good. Okay, I'm all right.
My God. DJ
happy for
Steals in the
Gage.
super chat. He says, Kalo Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Que lo
What's up?
Kentucky.
He called, what, why do you got to call me the gringo for? Can I be the Dominican one here? Can I get no love over here? Am I caramel gilf hunter? You're a caramel gilf hunter. That's a t-shirt.
That's
Caramel
That's a
Gilf
t-shirt.
Hunter.
Steals is on fire lately.
Matter of fact, I saw a gilf the other day. I meant to tell you. I tried to take a picture of it, but I thought it would be weird in public. What's up, chat? What have I missed thus far? Steals, I'll be honest with you, man. You haven't missed too much thus far. I mean, you know, we're doing our thing, but the great thing is about these videos, you can always go back.
Yes,
you can
sir.
always go back and watch again. That's the beautiful thing about it all.
Yes, sir.
But Francis, we do have one more thing too we want to cover today before we just have
Mm-hmm.
a little time and enjoy the chat, talk with you guys. Guys, I need you to hit that like button. I don't even know if we got 100 likes yet, which truly, truly hurts my heart and my soul. We got 102, almost 300 in here. Smacky the like, hitty the sub. It does break my heart, no doubt about it. But let's get into this because this is the video, and we're going to talk a little about the Yankees lineup and batting order. But this is video right here from Aaron Boone's foundation. No, Aaron Judge's foundation.
Yeah.
Aaron Boone asked him a little something. I would have had him removed, but Judge decided to be nice. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Where in the lineup you want to hit this year, Aaron?
I've seen a couple lineups thrown out there, but I think he got it right. I think he's got me penciled in center field and hitting right behind that new guy. I was talking about him earlier, Soto. Just keep the top three, you know, DJ, Soto, me. We'll get it going for everybody.
Sounds good to us.
DJ, Soto, Judge. Reaction?
So I really like this, and I want to tell you guys why. There was a lot of discourse after the Soto trade. Where you gonna line these guys up? Soto likes to hit third. Yankees like Judge second. Maybe they do. I like Judge coming right out publicly, knowing this is gonna get clipped and tweeted and retweeted into oblivion, saying, "Just keep the top three, DJ, Soto, and me, and we're gonna set it up for you." I love that attitude. I love that attitude. I love the oomph behind that coming from a captain. That's what I want to see from Judge. Like, this is when I bring up the knocks that I have on him, it's that I feel like I want him to be a little bit more vocal when it comes to things like that. And I'm very happy that he said the word keep, because how long have we all been saying this of the different lineup every single day?
Stay with something,
It's ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
The Yankees have an offense this year that if all goes according to plan, or at least mostly according to plan, you shouldn't really have to switch up too much, okay?
Right.
Maybe who's DHing today here and there. But when it comes to the top three, I think Judge got it right. Judge as a three hitter, I mean, how long we've been begging to see this? How long? How
A long time.
have we been begging
A
to see
long
this?
time.
He's right.
A long
Just
time.
put him in the 3-hole and leave him there.
Yep.
Just leave him. Just copy a lineup for all 162 with the same 1 to 3. I don't care.
Yeah, and I'll go back to when the deal was being made. You could go back and watch all those videos, and all I keep saying in those things are, it's really as simple as Aaron Judge needs on base percentage ahead of him.
Yes.
He needs on base percentage ahead of him. How many times do we see Judge come up? Nobody's ever on base. Nobody's this and that. I don't think people have a problem with this top three. I think the main concern is, who is DJ LeMahieu? That's the concern, is who is LeMahieu? Who is the guy that we're going to see? Early on, I tell you the truth. If it's against a right-handed pitcher, I'm very willing to go Verdugo, Soto, Judge.
Yeah, you know
Against
what?
a righty, it does nothing for. Why not? It doesn't worry me.
I can't argue with that. I won't argue with that.
You know, but we all know Aaron Boone. We know the Yankees. If DJ LeMahieu has been given every shot in the planet to be the leadoff hitter, they're not going to take that away from. They're not going to bat DJ LeMahieu 7th. He's going to be the leadoff guy. We know that already. So to be honest with you, it's almost like arguing with the wall. We could debate it, but we kind of have we know what's going to happen. That's going to likely be it. Does it change against lefties? I don't think so. I think maybe that's the other reason why you go with that, is because it doesn't change. You could still go righty, lefty, righty. And then again, here's the other thing that people aren't talking about. A little deeper. What was the other concern with some people is, oh man, then Stanton bats 4th. You can't bat him there. Well, in that order, he'd bat 5th. because
Yeah.
Rizzo would bat fourth, he would bat fifth, and
To
then
break him up.
sixth
Exactly.
would be Glaber. And to quote our
Exactly.
teammate, Mario Gomez, on a winning team, Glaber should be batting around sixth. And
It's
that's
true.
where he would be in that regard.
true.
It's not taking anything away from Glaber Torres, but it makes
No.
sense. This continues on with our conversation, too. I want to read a super chat from Jeff. On foul territory today, Michael K said, why not have Soto bat third and see if Aaron Judge doesn't hit 65 or 70? Personally, I prefer Judge in the 3-hole. This is where I think K is wrong. This is where I think Michael K is wrong here. You could do the same thing for Soto. And the reason why, here's the difference. Aaron Judge gets on base too. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Who do you prefer more to hit with men on base, Soto or Judge? I still have Judge.
I think we'd be remiss not to say Judge. And it's
I
not
would
a
still
shot
go
at Soto.
Judge. It's not at all a shot to him, but the guy's healthy. He's hitting almost 60 homers a year.
Who's on base? No, but let's go into the number. Who's on base percentage? Just look at the last 4 or 5 years. Who has the better on base percentage? Judge's is really good, but
Yeah.
Soto's is better.
Soto's is better. He's the elite. He's the top of the game.
He's on base every freaking time. Every other time he's getting on base.
40+% of the time he is on
This
base.
is, like, again, and here I wanna be fair, because I did see a couple of respected accounts out there. Well, I say respected because I respect them. Tweeting that, well, if you look at Soto's numbers batting out of the 2-hole, right, they're not as pretty, right? Again,
Right.
First thing, small sample size. Second
Correct.
thing, and bigger point, he didn't have Aaron Judge hitting behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not
big
trying
difference.
to just dismiss what those numbers say. I hear you. I see where you're coming from. But we're also talking about him batting in the 2-hole with Aaron friggin' Judge on
Yeah.
deck. That's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
different. It's very different. We
think
can't
too-
pretend like it's not.
Well, if you want to have a concern about it, I think the fair concern to say is, can Rizzo be good enough to protect Judge? So, for an
Exactly.
example, if DJ LeMahieu grounds out, Soto walks or doubles, and he's in scoring position, you got an open base for Aaron Judge. You could say, hey, take the bat out of his hands because Rizzo's hitting 210. Rizzo's hitting 205 this year. Get him out. So that is where I think you can sit there and go, there's a legitimate beef there on that, or maybe a problem. But here's the thing. No matter how you put it, that's going to be the issue. So somebody's going to have to step up. It's that simple. They're only going to win with that.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's if you want to start putting question marks, the question mark starts after. It's not before.
Bingo.
Is that we
Bingo.
don't know who's going to be that guy. We'd love to believe that Rizzo is him.
Yep.
But Rizzo had a serious injury last year. Concussions are no joke. You guys, and I don't want to do this because I don't want to like cast a cloud over it or so early. But it's like, guys,
Dr. Jeff is a doctor, and he said it. He said it flat out. He said, you really do never know.
You just never know. You just never know. That's all I'm gonna say. We just never know. Let's see. Let's see. And if that doesn't work, do they jump automatically and say, all right, let's just put Stanton back there? Okay. And if that doesn't work, are they bumping Glaber up to 4? Okay. Maybe Glaber. Okay. But again, back to what Mario says, he's not wrong. Right? On a championship caliber roster, Glaber is ideally around 6. If he has to bump all the way up to 4, that means that we're not as deep as we thought we were. And that's a problem. That's a problem.
Correct.
Because with everything that we did, with everything that we gave up to bring Soto here, and then we traded, we got Verdugo and all this, whatever. We didn't do all that to have Glaber batting cleanup.
Yeah.
We didn't do all that to have. We did all that to have a lineup that's so deep that Glaber could be 6th, that Volpe can be somewhere 7, 8, 9 to start off the year and have a lot of pressure alleviated because he's not being thrown, in the leadoff early up in the season, right?
Right.
If we're just throwing everything around because Rizzo didn't work, Stanton didn't work, whatever, then we're grasping at straws again, and you probably shouldn't expect much more than a 2nd or 3rd place finish in the division.
Correct. No question about it. And the other thing, too, is, we've talked about this a lot on this channel, is when Jasson Dominguez comes back, where is he best suited? I think Jasson Dominguez, the Jasson Dominguez we saw last year, is suited as the leadoff hitter. I think that is such a perfect position for Dominguez. He got the speed, he got the power, he got the on-base percentage. Dominguez, Soto, Judge is just stupid. It's stupid.
Switch hitter too. So again, it goes to your point. It goes to your point of having something solid in stone you wouldn't have to change.
Yep.
If
That's right.
Dominguez is your leadoff guy, doesn't matter who's going for the other team. It's Dominguez, Soto, Judge.
Dominguez, Soto, Judge all day. Doesn't change anything. The balance is phenomenal. Let's wonder if, if Jones comes up. If Jones has a monster year this season, now your mind is really your mind is really working now on what this team's top of the order could really look like. But I also want to take a little focus right now to that bottom of the order. Maybe that's 7, 8, and 9 that I think could really surprise a lot of people this year. One, I don't know when I've talked about this at some point. I don't remember what show it was. Maybe it was a live chat. I don't remember. Who the hell knows? But there was a lot of Yankee legends were talking about Anthony Volpe. I believe one was Ron Guidry. I believe the other one was Willie Randolph, I believe. They did it again, Francis. They did it again. They started the Derek Jeter comparisons again after the year that Volpe had. He's going to have this monster. You know what they even said? Hell, even Jeter didn't win a Gold Glove so early.
All right.
And I'm just sitting there going, guys, I don't want to be a dick to Volpe because I'm not trying to be a dick to Volpe. Go back to my videos, and I gave everybody what he probably will do. And a lot of people told me I'm nuts, and he did worse than what I predicted he could do and what the expectation should be. I am not shitting on Volpe. I am setting real expectations. If you believe Volpe's going to all of a sudden again be a 300 hitter, all of a sudden out of nowhere, he's going to be a 300 guy. Look, is it possible? Anything is possible. I pray Anthony Volpe hits 300 because that means the Yankees are probably going to be the best offensive team in baseball if that's the case.
If he's hitting 300, we're breaking the single season win record.
I thought you said we're breaking wind. I was like, sure.
No. I mean, yeah, probably
I might be so
times.
shocked I'd probably break a couple of wins every now and then, but damn. But in reality, like, why are we still doing this? Why are we still having this conversation and comparing Jeter and let Volpe be Volpe? Let him be who he's going to become and leave it alone. Dane just said it. My prediction, 240, 20-plus homers. He does that. I got news for you. He's one of the better shortstops in Major League Baseball. You should be happy with that.
240, 20 to 30 home runs, Gold Glove defense at short. Sign me
25, 30 stolen bags? Get the frig out of here. That's phenomenal.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I'll be honest with you.
Jeter shit got to end. It's ridiculous.
I'll be honest with you. I want to see a little bit more stolen bases. I didn't like that he got hesitant in the second half of the season. I don't know if that was a him thing, if that was a team thing. I don't care whose thing it was. Didn't like it. Wasn't a fan. His speed was advertised. His base running was advertised. Let the kid run. We need him to create havoc on the bases. Make smart decisions. Don't get thrown out. But Pete is 100% spot on. The Jeter shit, it's over. It's over. We saw the picture.
I would send something out to all these guys, but you don't say that again. It's done. Yeah, stop saying it.
It's just, if I was, you know what the thing is? It's not even a thing like, oh, well, how would Jeter feel about, if you're Volpe, you don't know how to take that. Again, it's no disrespect to Jeter, but he needs to carve his own path. Anthony Volpe needs to carve his own path. He can't be the next Jeter. That can't be his goal that the team is setting. We're looking at you like the next Jeter, kid.
Correct.
That's ridiculously unfair. It would be unfair to say to Aaron Judge at this juncture, hey, we need you to have a captaincy like Jeter did. And look at how good Aaron Judge is.
Right.
It would be unfair to say it to him. Imagine Volpe. What do we do? It's the unfair expectations that we're putting on him. It's the unfair freaking projections that some people have out there. And it's too much. I just said it. Ideally, he's batting in that 7, 8, 9 range, so that the pressure could be alleviated. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, you're 100% right. I want him 9. I want him 9. I could see
Wells Volpe 8, 9. A lefty righty, go right back up top.
You're right.
That to me is perfect. And I want us to talk about Volpe, but I also want us to talk about Austin Wells a little bit too. But the last thing, my guy Kev just said that he wants Volpe to stop bouncing about 30 balls a year to first base every throw he makes. But Jeff with a good super chat too. This is regarding to what I was saying earlier when it came to Rizzo. The concussions ruined Frazier. No test to know if you are recuperated. And the second concussion is usually worse. I'm worried about Rizzo, both as a first baseman and as a human. Being a doctor, Jeff would know that. And we've heard that for years, right? I mean, look at football players. Yeah, I mean, some of these guys get these concussions. What Steve Young had, 13? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12?
Wild. It's wild.
It's unreal how many of these guys have. So you never really know. But at the end of the day, I think the bottom of the order could actually be good. I just think people, again, as Francis said and I said, are putting on a false and poor expectations on Anthony Volpe. Dane says this a lot. He's a prospect guy. Dane has watched these guys, looked at these guys, paid a lot more attention to the majority of a lot of us. And me and Dane talked about this a lot in the offseason last year. And he's right. He said, hey, look, at the end of the day, this guy didn't hit 300 plus in the minors. So why are we setting a higher expectation at the top level for Anthony Volpe? Why are we setting this expectation on him to be so much improved at the major league level? By all means, again, my expectations of Volpe, I feel like, are very, very, very fair. 240, 20 plus homers, 20 stolen bags. I would be happier than a pig in shit.
This guy, I just read, he said the Gold Gloves. No, let me get his name because this is hilarious. Tim, King of Jordans. I'm a big Jordan fan too, Tim. He said, Pete, the Gold Gloves are so overrated now. Hell, you and Francis could win them at first, Francis
damn right.
at third.
You're damn right. I'm like a cat on the diamond, me. A cat.
He said, I'm a cat out there.
I'm a cat, damn it.
Like reflexes. Listen,
shit.
I'll tell you right now, if I play third base, I ain't bouncing no balls to first. And that's third. That's a longer throw. There's no shot at Volpe. It's not at Volpe, okay? I'm just saying I got too much pride. So I'll make one good throw to first, and that's it. It'll probably be the last throw I ever make.
I'll roll that fucker like a bowling ball over there, and I get that shit over there quicker than Volpe would. I'll boot it like O'Neal did.
Listen. I'm kicking this shit over there. Rizzo, get it. No, guys, the thing here is, and I know a little bit the why behind this. I spoke to it. I did a video on it. This would be over 2 years ago, before Volpe was even up here, whatever. And I said, when you guys decide that you're passing on this generational class of shortstops, just remember that when you do so, you are putting the weight on the world on this kid. So that part I understand. The part where I'm saying why is what Pete is saying about Willie Randolph and your Ron Guidry's. And I love you guys. I love you guys. What you did for the Yankees, I fucking love you guys. I really do. You don't need to be adding more pressure onto this kid. Bingo. There's already enough. They passed on a generational class of shortstops. The names are Trey Turner, Corey Seager, Carlos Correa. I mean, we could do this until we're blue in the face. They passed on every top shortstop in the game because they said Volpe is our guy. Volpe is our guy. Okay, that's all. That's enough pressure. Don't throw arguably one of the greatest of all time on top of the ones that we passed and say, no, he's going to be this guy.
The dude is number 6 on the most hits in baseball history.
It's nuts. It's just, I mean, does Gunnar Henderson have to hear that he's Cal Ripken Jr.?
I've never heard that, to be honest.
And maybe, I mean, if there's Orioles fans, school me.
Yeah, there probably is Orioles fans in here. Maybe he gets, you know what?
I feel like I don't see it.
You know, one of the things that you could say a lot of times about some of these guys, and we're going to get into Wells, and maybe it's something you say, maybe he could become the next great Yankee catcher.
Of course.
He believes that. I would assume he's going out to the plate to be one of the next great Yankee catchers.
He looks like he believes that, yeah.
I think Volpe's probably out there going, I think it could be one of the better shortstops in Major League in the baseball right now. So that to me is a fair thing. We like this kid so much, we think he could be one of a next great player for us. We really believe that. Is he Derek Jeter? Different ball players. And leave it at that.
That's perfect.
He has a great mindset, a great mentality. This kid has a lot of good intangibles that we like already. We want to see what he does on the field, but he's going to get every opportunity to do that. To sit there and throw this other shit in there. And DJ Stelio with a super chat says, I agree with Pete on the Volpe Jeter comparison. It's BS. It's like comparing Patty Mahomes to the true GOAT, Tom Brady. No one will ever be Brady, and no one will ever be Jeter. Let me tell you something. None of those guys will even be. He sure is purty after he goes ahead and gets this W and makes Taylor Swift go crying home like the little bitch she is. How do you like that, all right? You little demon? Anyway.
Listen,
We're
Brock
fucking
Purdy.
around today, damn
Brock
it.
Purdy is gonna have a slew of new fans if he goes and wins that freaking Super Bowl, because you know they can't wait to see Taylor crying
rigged.
on the sideline.
It's rigged. It's rigged, damn it. If they score
You
once,
know-
I'm going to start screaming, stop the game.
I'm gonna tell you right
Minus
now.
a
Stop the
7-0.
count.
Stop it.
Stop the count.
Stop it.
Listen,
Ball
I'm gonna
game
tell y'all
over.
right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If you're a Yankees fan, you almost 1,000% have to be rooting for the 49ers, because I mean, who doesn't want to see Boone crying because he saw Taylor Swift cry? Let's be
Boone
honest.
might not be, if they lose, Boone may no longer be the manager. And by the way, I wanted to throw this on the screen because Francis is so
man.
right about this, man. We passed up on that, just so everybody is aware.
Oh man. Oh Pete, why did you do this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Listen. That is Purdy too. That's real Purdy.
That's real
That
Purdy.
is Purdy.
A lot of red on there. That's
That
Purdy.
is Purdy.
What is that? What is that gum called again? The red one. Big Red?
Big Red.
That's Big Red.
That's
what
Big
Corey
Red.
Seager is.
That's
Big
Corey
Red.
Seager's new nickname.
Mario
Big
said I
Red.
may cry now. That's Big Red, damn
Oh
it.
man, Pete, you had to do it to us.
I had to do it. This is what I
that
do. I bring
shit
pain to
is-
people.
My God. Did you
bring
guys see
pain.
that? Did you
I
guys
bring
see
pain.
the amount of red? This is Brock Lesnar sitting next to me. He's bringing the pain. I don't know.
Yeah,
You-
facts.
This guy.
Facts. I
did
wish
you
I
see
had
the
Brock's
amount of-
music. I play that shit. Boom,
That's the music that Corey Seager's walking out to this season. He's just gonna be in the batter's box like
should.
this.
He should just wear shorts.
He's gonna have Paul Heyman in the dugout. He's gonna have Paul Heyman with a microphone in the dugout.
He gonna come out with black shorts on.
Listen, guys. Oh man, it bothers me because then it's like they make these comments and then we got to come here and be the truthers on
Oh,
Anthony
man.
Volpe and look like we're like talking down on him when
And,
we're
shit,
not.
and it's not the
We're
case.
not.
Yeah, not
We're
at
not
all,
talking
man.
down on him.
Not
He's our
at all.
shortstop. He's our
Yeah, I
shortstop.
like Volpe. Good kid. He's a
on.
good kid. He is.
Good
I hope
kid,
he does
good
very
family.
well. Yeah, I wish Volpe all the well. But moving on from Volpe, we're talking about that bottom of that order. Austin Wells. Austin Wells is a guy that I am really, really excited for. I don't think it's, I know there's some people that probably say it wouldn't be fair to say what I'm about to say, but I do think there is a little fairness to it. I think he's a little ahead of Volpe when it comes to being a pure major league hitter. And the reason I think Dane may agree with me, and Dane have talked about this before. I think we agree with this. He just has, when you see him bat, even when he was struggling early on a little bit, then he just turned it on. You saw the power to left field. You saw the power to right field. You saw how well he stays in that bat. Never really looked like he was out of things. I think this kid could really shock the shit out of a lot of people. I think his game is very well-rounded. People forget that he has good speed. He's a very, very solid lefty. But like I said, he has good pop to left, good pop to right field. I think this is a guy that could potentially bat 260 plus this year, 255 plus. Decent, good on base percentage, good pop overall. I understand, just like everybody, but this is why I'm setting expectations at 255, 260. Imagine if you got the 240 from Volpe, 265, 255 from Austin Wells, 8, 9 in that order. This team is going to be wild. This team would be phenomenal. Phenomenal if that's the bottom of the order.
I think the last time we had a bottom of the order that good was probably 2009.
Yeah, I was going to say probably 09. We had
I mean,
what he had Cano down there and Gardy
Cano
down
was
there.
down there, Gardy.
Melky.
Melky was down there. I mean, this isn't a time.
And that was
I mean,
good Melky. That was like
that was
solid Melky.
That was solid Melky. He hit for some higher averages early on. I mean, the game was different back then. Guys, focused a little bit more on contact. So it's different. But the numbers that you're talking about, I think, speak to how the game has changed. And that's why that 265 looks a lot better in 2024 than it would have in 2009. But I think if you adjusted for inflation like we do with dollar signs, 265 in 2024 is probably pretty damn close to 300 in 2009.
Yeah.
So that's what we're saying. Like that Wells is that kind of hitter. I mean, look, if it happens, y'all got to give Pete the flowers. He's been saying this shit forever. I mean, I don't see anybody else saying this. So if it happens, I don't know who else is going to get the credit, guys. I'll be honest with you. To piggyback off of what Pete just said, I mean, when we did see Wells, the one thing you couldn't say about him is that he didn't look poised out there. He looked poised out there. The moment never looked too big. He never seemed to get too high or too low on himself. That's hard. It's hard for a big leaguer. It's hard. I mean, again,
And I
it's
remember
not a knock on any young guy, but you see
Definitely
them
not.
show that emotion sometimes when they're struggling or doing. He seemed to keep it even.
And I just remember seeing his power towards the end of the year. I was there a couple of those games when he just launched a ball into the bleachers, and you could just see the ball just fly off this kid's bat.
Yeah.
And being a lefty, it's a plus for him at Yankee Stadium.
Oh,
but I
yeah.
think one of the things that really shocked me the most about him was how well he's able to go to left field with power. He could drive the ball in the gap to left field pretty easily with a flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
And, that bottom of that order could be pretty special for the Yankees if those guys get it going. And look, remember, those guys would be on base potentially for Aaron Judge, potentially for Juan Soto. So they have to have production down there because they could be winning their games there. That's when the Yankees could be winning games. People forget about this with Juan Soto. He's one of the best hitters in baseball with men on base and late in games. It's not many players better than Soto. He's clutch.
No, he's clutch. He's as clutch as they come. He's as clutch as they come.
I still can't believe I'm saying this, that Soto's on this
That
team,
Soto's
the thing
a
that we've
Yankee.
been begging for years. And it is happening. He is a Yankee.
You and me both, brother. It's every day. It's like I see something or I tweet something talking about Soto as a Yankee, and I'm just like, I can't believe that we're really gonna watch this guy as a Yankee. It's just,
I got his road jersey coming in too, not the new one, unfortunately.
oh.
How do you feel about the new jersey?
To be honest with you, I wasn't too up in arms. I think it was much ado about nothing. I remember the Field of Dreams jerseys. I think those looked clean.
Dope.
I know the font is different.
Yeah.
But I honestly, guys, I don't think it's gonna be as much of a difference as some people think it will be. I had a tweet that did pretty well where I posted that spring training jersey from 2019. You remember the blue,
The Navies. They're
with
fire.
the road New York
Yep.
on it. I was like, hey, if you gave me that as an alternate road jersey, I'd be
That'd be
rolling.
fire. I love
And
that.
a bunch of people
Here's
seem to like that.
one of the things too that I kind of paused everybody about is I'm like, guys, you got to also wait till you see these on the player. Like seeing it in that picture that it was, I'm like, you can't really see. Like it looks plain, but on the player it may look a lot better. So I was like, hold off on, knocking it and beating it up too much. Let's see it on somebody. Crackle Nut says, who touches the Super Bowl trophy first, Swift or Mahomes? I got an answer for you. Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
And he's going to get the mic and go, oh, I sure am Purdy. I'm going to make a country song. I'm going to sing a country song about Brock Purdy.
Joe is Purdy. You got to get Percy to help you with that.
Percy, yeah. I got to get Percy and Balake.
Percy and Balake to help you with that.
Yeah, but guys, we're going to get ready to wrap up this show here today. It was a fun one. You guys had almost 300 people in here. We appreciate you guys. And really quickly, guys, I do want to give a special shout out today. In just under 3 hours, it is the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance's birthday.
MVP shit. Clap it up in
MVP
the chat, ladies and
birthday,
gentlemen.
everybody. So please let the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance know how much you guys appreciate what she does here. But it is her birthday. And probably, I think there's a hot stove show tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Tuesday or what? No, tomorrow's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Ooh, I thought I saw Wednesday. I could be wrong.
It might be Wednesday, but anyway, I did plan on doing a little something live
Covering
tomorrow.
the hot stove.
So again, if you guys want to say your little hey happy birthday, how you doing, smacking the like, hitting the sub, you could do that tomorrow. Probably do some sort of live tomorrow with you guys, but Medina does say hot stove is tomorrow. So if it is tomorrow,
it's
even
tomorrow,
better.
good.
We'll play it live. We'll get some audio for you guys and put it on there. And celebrate the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance's birthday together.
Yes,
but
sir.
Francis, anything you want to finish us off with today?
No, man. I think we covered everything. I will say, last point. I love that the talk we finished with 7, 8, and 9, guys.
Yeah, important.
Let's be honest. There's a lot riding on them, but it's gonna be different this year. You talk about guys like Wells. You talk about guys like Volpe, even Dominguez. When they came up last year, they were the focal point. Right? The team was doing shitty, and everything was the kids and the youth and the injection of youth and energy. So teams were focused on them. This year, we got Juan Soto. Okay, Aaron Judge is going to be back and healthy. Right? Hopefully Rizzo's back and healthy. Verdugo's going to be in the fold. You got guys like Wells and Volpe should be able to fly under the radar at the bottom of the lineup. Right? That should be a big difference. And should be a reason for us and all Yankee fans everywhere to get excited for what this lineup is going to do in 2024.
No doubt. I got to share one thing before you close us out. Kev said Dominican cake, and then he writes after that, none for Jasson, though.
Damn. Es que la cosa es que he's not wrong. We unfortunately, Jasson, we got to cut you off. You can no. You know what? On top of that, if Boone comes around you with any cupcakes, don't even think about it. Don't even.
According to our good friend Hector, they're gluten free.
Yeah, I bet they are. I bet they are gluten free. Okay,
apparently
they're
gluten-free.
sugar free, gluten
Soy.
free.
There's a lot of soy in those things.
There's a lot of. Let me tell you something. The grandmas will love those cupcakes.
Probably
but
some boonie juice in there.
listen, Kev ain't wrong. Kev ain't wrong. Keep the cake away from Jasson. Keep the cake, the mangú, the chimis, the fritura. Toda esa vaina. Keep it away. I'm going down.
For me in spring. I'll tell you that right now. I might eat one in front of him.
I'm flying down there.
Yo, Jasson, look what I got.
I'm flying down there with 2 heads of lettuce in my duffel bag. I'm gonna give it to Jasson. All right, listen, manito, this is what you need. You know what I'm saying? Leave all that other shit. I don't care what they give in the cup. They got donuts. Don't eat it.
You know what he's gonna do? He's like, hey, give me a second. He's gonna fucking smack that shit.
He's gonna hit that shit so hard it's gonna disintegrate.
Explode. That shit gonna make salads all around.
That shit's gonna disintegrate into dust right in front of me. I'm gonna be like, you know what? You got it. As long as you can do that, you got
I'm good.
Eat what you
I don't
want.
give a poop. As long as you can do that same
Listen,
shit,
man.
we good to go, brother.
Yes, sir.
Nobody
Yes, sir.
cares. Nobody cares. Well, Francis, take us for the wrap up here.
Yo, I'm sorry. It's that you got Kevin and Jira coming in. They just cooking them. They cooking them in Dominican. It's not. Listen, guys. Y'all already know, okay?
We love Jasson, okay? I don't want anybody saying that I love Jasson Dominguez, damn it.
We
Fat
love
or
him.
skinny, I don't give a poop.
We're just saying that right now there's a little bit more to love. That's what we saying. That's what we saying. That ain't no problem. Like Shannon Sharp said, that ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. Okay? Listen, y'all already know, man. It's your boys.
Open like saloon doors.
Listen, it's your boy. Like 2:45. Listen, y'all already know, man. It's a designated Spittaz, man. We here. We on a Monday. You had your playoff football. In 2 weeks, you're going to have the Super Bowl, okay? Pete is going to be happy. 49ers is taking it.
He
right?
sure is pretty.
But y'all already know after that, it's our time, baby. After that, it's all about us, okay? So keep it locked and stay tuned because y'all already know the next episode will, in fact, be the best episode.
Damn right, baby. You guys already know the dealio. We'll never come whack on a designated Spittaz track, fam. Until next time, baby, we are out. Smacky that likey. Hitty that subby, baby. Oh, leave a review on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, all that mess. Go
5
enjoy
stars, baby.
yourself.
5
Peace
stars.
out. Yo, Kev just said, is that, when I just showed Rick Rude, he said, is that Donnie Baseball? We end in the chat right there, baby.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah. Hey, look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Play too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, so I'm running numbers up. Lucky that I'm showing up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah. Numbers crack the billy, yeah. Don't need no dilly, I'm too fresh, I feel like really, yeah. Feel the devil's up, this sign, I need a million. I'm about to take off, and I know that I'm on they radar. Top 10 radar.